Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Monday Night Live here at Healing with Marcus. I am Shaman Marcus, and we sit here every Monday evening at 7, where we do Johnny Neal, Namaste, my good friend, and Ellie K, welcome on board, and whoever else is coming on here. So it's fascinating to see, right, how our lives are unfolding and happening every day, every moment of every day. As we welcome aboard everybody, I'm very happy you're here. It fills my heart with joy when I see us. Trenton Shine, so nice to see you again, my brother, my friend. So it is so beautiful, right? If we start to come into, when we move our awareness away from the outer state of our world into our inner state. And we begin to go on this inner exploration, this inner journey, where we find both healing and energy and power, and we find truth. Sierras and sunsets, good evening. Nice to see you here. So we find healing and power. This is the movement that is happening throughout our world on the healing front, right? When us humans, when we start going inward, when we realize that we need to look inwards to see what's going on in my system, what's happening within me that is making all these different situations come in that I may not want. Is there something in my inner energy alignment that is causing, or is a frequency match for things to come in that we may not really truly want? And if we can sit with ourselves in that perspective, if we can look at what's inside of us and we can accept and see it, we will definitely, most absolutely grow in our understanding, our inner standing, and our experience of what we could refer to as the truth. Now, the truth will, of course, keep changing for us. We can say that there are ultimate truths, but as we go deeper on the journey, they do keep changing. That whatever is the ultimate truth of our understanding keeps getting deeper, keeps shifting. And as we continue on this inner exploration, we start to find, wow, that's the reason why these things have come into my life. That's another reason why these other things have come into my life. And as we start to see that, we gain both inner power, but we also gain power to shift. L.E.K., there you are, sister. Good to see you. Good to see you. We gain the power to shift these states that are present within us. And one way to do that is, of course, through these healing sessions that we do here. But another way to do it, or another part of this healing experience, is that you sit in your meditation, is that you make time for your own inner journey, that you make it a serious thing in your life. For many of us, it's very easy to make maybe the gym a serious thing in our lives. Maybe it's easy to, when we go to school, if we're taking classes, it's easy to make homework an important part. And it's really easy to know that we got to be at work on time, and we got to be at this other thing. We got to be at work all these hours. That's easy to understand. Those are agreements we have. It's not as easy when it comes to our inner journey to see that a big part of that is our meditation practice, is our inner exploration. But that is where we truly grow. And we truly go through shifts. So when we shift on the inside, we shift our agreement to the world. Your timeline shifts, right? So if we had an energy in our system, if we had an energy of negativity, of sadness, of heaviness, of grouchiness, of anger, or if it is a feeling of always being unfairly treated or something like that, a victimhood mentality, when that's active in our system, we will be finding situations that are matching that frequency. And as we go deeper into those inner truths and we can see, oh my God, I actually see myself in a victim mentality every now and then, or I see myself in these or those other situations. Or I don't trust the partners I've had. I don't trust that people will stay with me. Whatever it may be, that is your inner agreement from, and that's always based in trauma, right? Either it's inherited trauma or generational trauma or karma from other lifetimes, or it is trauma based in this life. You've experienced things in this life, people have treated you in certain ways, and then we interpret the world through that lens. Then we think that's the world. But we're, of course, sorely mistaken. But as long as that energy, that frequency is in our system, it's easy to be stuck in it. It's really easy to be feeding, yeah, they treated me like crap. They treated me poorly. They treated me poorly. They treated me poorly. And then when that is in our system, we're going to keep repeating those patterns. And we're going to see when other people treat us poorly. We may not even see when they don't, because our minds are focused on recognizing the patterns that we feel can be a threat to ourselves. This is where meditation becomes so important. And at some point in our journey, we also find that inner stillness, that deep, vast inner energy field, the spaciousness inside, where we begin to connect to life force energy. We begin to connect to a feeling of being alive. That feeling of being alive. Our dear beloved friends, the trees, or the grass, or the birds in the sky, or the dolphins in the ocean, or the cows in the field. They can all help us to remember that feeling of aliveness. So that's where it can be very, very healthy to spend time in the outdoors, to reconnect to the energy frequencies that are out there. Not so much get bogged down by the frequencies and the happenings that are happening in our regular world. Because it's easy to get bogged down and be stuck in a mind loop. Be stuck in a loop, loop-de-loop. And this is where both these healing sits, these healing sessions, and your own inner exploration and journey inside of yourself becomes truly a big journey of healing. So as you start to find that, oh my God, I feel trauma stuck in my system somewhere, if we honestly look at our lives, if we honestly look, how have I acted in relationships? How have I acted in situations where I might have been able to take a different choice? Where if I had taken a different choice, it would have set in motion other timelines that would have worked out in a different direction. When I can start to see that, and if I sit with my honest truth and I see, I made a choice from a fear-based place. I made a choice from a lower frequency, a lower vibration that brought into my life other situations of lower vibration. When we can start to look at our lives from an honest point of view without beating ourselves up, because this is not about beating ourselves or anybody else up. This is about seeing, how can I shift into a higher frequency? And as I do, when I start to breathe space into a contraction in my body, if I find a contraction in my heart, in my chest, in my neck, in my throat, in my solar plexus, in my sacral chakra, in my root chakra, when I find contractions in those areas, and I breathe space into it, life force energy itself will come in and help to heal. Your body knows how to heal itself when we let it. But we have to let it. We have to enter that inner state. And it is a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey of exploration. So as we heal then inside, and we start to feel more grounded, maybe it's a grounding thing, right? Most of us have not been grounded in our lives. Most of us are acting out of fear. We're acting out like very reactively, very emotionally. When we're acting out from those places, we're not coming from a grounded inner space. And as we can move our awareness into that grounded inner space, it becomes easier to see ourselves clearly, to see what just happened. And how can I shift out of that frequency? How can I shift that negativity into something else? And this is where, when the real healing starts happening inside and we start to feel more aligned with life force energy, we feel more aligned with our higher self, right? So you feel like you know what you should be doing in order to get your life to a certain place. When we start coming into that alignment, this is a very big part of our healing journey. You are starting to take actions from a different, more empowered state, another place inside of you. And you may be able to take actions that then ripple out, right? We can see that when I was a kid and I was in terrible pain over life itself and I skipped school a lot. Of course, to a certain degree, we can say he did the best he could with the trauma he had. But on another level, I can also see that because I started skipping school and because I started skipping out on things, that became a part of my life. Right? Then when that was set in motion, that became something that I kept doing in life. And until I stop that, it's going to keep happening. And I'm going to get the same results. Maybe I won't finish things. Maybe I won't be able to. Maybe I'll feel like nothing can be finished. And truth is, of course it can be finished if we put in the correct action. But we have to see it. Or if we look at relationships and we say, oh my God, I wasn't very loving in that situation, or I didn't come from my higher self, I came from a lower state, lower place. I see that the ripple effects of those choices became not positive. So as we move into our inner healing space and we are now more empowered, our choices change. Because we're making choices from a healed inner space. We're making choices from a grounded root chakra, from a self-loving, self-worthy space in our sacral chakra. We are feeling what we want in the solar plexus area, and we can now take actions that are in alignment with that. We are feeling into our heart space because we have been healing the heart space, so we can actually begin to take actions aligned with our heart. And then it becomes easier to speak our truth, because that's part of why we get blockages in the throat chakra and the neck and everything. We can begin to speak our truth. It's not about hurting other people's feelings, but it is about expressing our truth. And then as we start growing more in that direction, right, it becomes easier to, with the third eye is open or balanced at least, we start to actually be able to like intuitively know and see, that's the direction I need to be going in. And our crown chakra opens up and we start to feel like we are part of humanity again. That we are part of life on this planet. That we are all part of this big ooze, this oozing energy of life, this evolution that happens every day on our planet. That Earth Mother, with the cyclical nature of the 4 seasons, is breathing. One breath is 1 year. And we are part of those breaths. As we start to really feel that and really see it from our integrated, activated, balanced crown chakra, we are now able to take in information that we were not able to digest before, right? So now the information coming in is from a more healed space. We are now acting out of love from an alignment with a higher self. We are not acting out of fear that is blocking us in some places and then creates more blocks in our regular lives. It's a beautiful process. But the healing needs to happen within for it to vibrate outwards in our lives. And then it begins to happen rapidly, and suddenly we can manifest things very quickly. But it has to come from an inner place of healing. It can't come from just wanting to change something. It needs to come from our healing space. So, this is part of course, the healing medicine of cacao is very helpful. The healing medicine of hape can be very helpful. The healing medicine of sits, the drum, the sounds, your voice, your expression. This is all healing medicine. The teas that you find, LEK makes wonderful teas. The teas that we find are very healing. And they might be healing for your physical body or your spiritual body. There's so much healing available everywhere. I wonder, can you still hear me? Because it just went to low power mode. I forgot to plug it in. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. If somebody could answer. Let's see. Did the sound disappear or is it still here? It seems like maybe... Oh, you can hear. Okay, thank you, Trenton. Awesome. I was wondering, sometimes when the phone says that it's low on power, it interrupts the microphone. But thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. One part of this healing journey, there are so many layers, right? We call it multidimensional reality, but we can look at our own bodies as multi-layered as well. We look at the level of physicality, where we have a nervous system, we have muscles, we have tissue. And a lot of times if we experience trauma, it gets stuck in the tissue as well. Basically, our nervous system learns something. I usually use this as an example, and I'll do it again. When a child is little and they run through the grass and they have the sun in their face, and maybe they're running around and they're just loving life, they are feeling so alive. And then somebody might be punching them in the stomach. That's a pretty abrupt awakening. And the first time it happens, the child might be able to shake it off and move on. The second time, it is a little harder to shake it off. The third time, we now have learned that it hurts when people punch us. So we better be tight. So if somebody punches us or says something mean to us, we are now ready to either defend ourselves, run away, or punch first. We all learned those three different ways, right? We either learned how to deflect, or to run away, or to attack first. And if we can see, oh my God, that is how a trauma gets stuck in a system. Because now you're walking around with a tight solar plexus, tight sacral chakra area. You're sucking in your stomach because either you don't want to be teased or you don't want to be punched. Your brain, your ego, has now learned, I better not get in that situation again. And this is a part of seeing, so that is how trauma gets stuck in a physical body. And then it also transfers, right? It's in the energy. It's in our energetic body, and it's in our mental body. Our idea of how the world works. And if we can enter into that innocence, that original core of who you were before any of the trauma set in, then we can start to reprogram our nervous system. Our physical body begins to relax, allows things to flow again. So for many of us, we can look at digestive problems, throat problems, heart problems, lung problems, sacral chakra area, which would be the reproductive organs for women, for example. We can look at all these different symptoms that show up, may it be endometriosis, whatever it might be, those are symptoms of trauma that's stuck in the system where we don't have enough flow. And this is where the healing comes in. Both energetic healing, the sounds that are working through me help your physical body to remove it. And then you, in your meditation, begin to breathe space into these places. And as you do, you begin to, ooh, I feel different. Oh, I feel like there's more space in my system. And over time, our chakra system begins to balance itself out, right? We begin to heal. But it can be a journey. Sometimes it happens really quick. Some traumas are easier to release. Other traumas take a lot longer. And some of them we may just have to learn how to heal over a long period of time. Because some are really deep. But either way, the only way forward is through, right? So we go through, we face these fears, we face these traumas, we face the feelings that have come up based in the trauma. And we can easily see that much of it is generational, that much of your parents' trauma absolutely got inherited into our energy system, because how we see the world is often based on how we grew up. And if we grow up in a system that is dysfunctional already, it's really easy for us to carry that dysfunction in ourselves too. But of course, it stops here, right? It stops with you and me as we heal ourselves. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey we're on. It can get dark if we focus too much outside. If we get sucked into either social media or news media or any of it, it can get dark because it seems like that's a reality too, right? But we have to keep coming back to our reality, to our hearts, what's true inside of us. And absolutely, we can see that the traumas that are being inflicted on the world, we can see it, we can feel it. But we will not help anyone by being completely bogged down by the energies that are floating around out there. We will help ourselves and everyone else by healing ourselves and then raising our vibration, our frequency, starting to leave a healthier wake behind us. So from that perspective, your life becomes your teaching. Yes. And as we heal it, right, the teaching becomes much holier, wholer. So, dearly beloved friends, I'm grateful we are all here. We're going to go in and do our healing session. If you have an intention for this evening, feel into your system. See if there's anything you would like to release. See if there's anything that you would like to have removed out of your system. We just feel into our bodies, right? We feel into ourselves. And if you feel some sort of pain and maybe a memory comes up with that pain, bring that up to the surface. Take a few deep breaths. Remember that we are all grounded when we do this. Remember that we're sitting in this beautiful bubble of light. So even if it is painful to sit with these things, thank you, LEK. Even if it's painful to sit with these things, when we sit in that bubble of light and the roots are growing into Earth Mother and we are being supported from Father Sun, Father Sky, it is so much easier to hold up any of those traumatic memories in a different light. So we breathe into the space in our body where we can feel it. Take a few deep breaths, everyone. Feel into your system. See if you can expand around your heart. See if you can expand wherever that contraction lives. We are also going to envision that we who are sitting here, we're going to envision that we're sitting around a sacred fire. That we have this energetic fire burning in the middle of us, and we're sitting in a circle around it. And this sacred fire is the fire of life itself. And into it we can drop whatever we want to have help with. Now breathe space into your system. Don't forget to breathe space into a contraction if you find one. Okay, we're going to go into our healing. And with your permission, we'll be working on your energy and help to remove and support anything that needs to be healed. We're clearing the field around you. Remember that bubble of light, yes? I am Shaman Marcus. I'm of the tribe of kings and queens of old. We are gathered here today across our beautiful country, potentially across a bunch of other countries. We are here to participate in our own healing. And we're so grateful that we get to sit and share this space with you. We call on the winds of the south, represented by the serpent, the feminine healing powers of our world. We call on the winds of the south to come here and hold sacred space from the direction of the south. And to activate the deepest level of healing in every part of your system. We call on the winds of the east, the condor, the eagle, and the dragon, to come here and guide us into the realm of the unseen and to hold sacred space for us from the direction of the east. We call on the winds of the north, represented by the raven. The raven is the sacred sage of our world, the knower of all things. We're asking that the raven come here and activate the highest vibration in your DNA. That every part of your body, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your energy body, and your spiritual body may vibrate to the highest potential. We also ask that the raven holds sacred space for us, and we go on to the winds of the west, represented by the jaguar. She's the holy warrior of our planet. And we ask that she, with that indomitable spirit, come here and lend us her courage into our hearts. And that she holds sacred space from the direction of the west. We have Earth Mother Pachamama from the direction below, supporting everything in our lives, holding us in her loving embrace. We experience it as gravity. We have Father Sky, Father Sun, supporting us through the light, through the energy. Pulling our whole Earth Mother through the Milky Way. Then we come over to Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth. We have Shtangol the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Beo the bear. Moaha'i. These are our power animals, and they are here to facilitate the healing and to guard our sacred space. We have Sam and his brothers, and Sam is our spirit guide of Native American origin. Coming through to facilitate the healing, to guide us, and to guard our sacred space. We have the tribe of kings and queens of old. We have Mbute with her loving, supporting energy. That energy of truth. We have the ancestors watching over us from the unseen. Friends and family on the other side of the veil. We have life force energy through every cell of our body, every vein of our system. Life is coursing. Life is happening. We have the Hindu-Indian guru lineage of Paramahansa Yogananda and his lineage, his gurus, showing us the way. And lastly, we have the power of the Norse, the grounding of Odin, the wisdom and the power of Odin, the life force energy, the creative dance of Freya, and the strength and the courage of Thor, and the intelligence and mischievousness of Loki. We also have Stafner and Rafner and Hugin and Moonin, our allies and friends. Now allow this healing to seep into your system. Allow yourself to sink into your body. Oi, 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 Toy. 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 Taiwa hea. Toa. Ua. 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 So, I am Shaman Marcus of the tribe of kings and queens of old. And we sit here together in this beautiful healing space. Energies are being shifted, moved out of the system. Lots of healing happening here today. We can feel it. We felt a lot of things leaving your system and a lot of joy coming up from beneath. So we do say thank you to the winds of the south, the winds of the east, the winds of the north, the winds of the west. We say thank you to Pachamama and Earth Mother and Father Sun, Father Sky, to Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth, to Stungle the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Bayo the bear, for facilitating the healing and guarding our sacred space. We say thank you to Sam and his brothers for all the healing here. Waya, waya, waya. Working in the unseen. We say thank you to the tribe of kings and queens of old, bringing us together. We say thank you to Ombute and her loving, supporting, healing, truthful energy. We say thank you to the ancestors on the other side of the veil, friends and family, also they on the other side of the veil, acting as our guardian angels. And we have life force energy. Finding a lot of support in these sessions. We have the Hindu-Indian Guru lineage from Paramahansa Yogananda. And lastly, we have the power of the Norse. We have Odin, and Freya, and Thor, and Loki. And we have Hugin, and Munin, and Stafner, and Rafner. And we have all of you. We're so grateful we share these moments. We're so grateful we share this healing. And with that, we're going to sit in simmer in this feeling for a little bit. Just simmer in your energy for a little bit. Sit with it. Breathe into your body. Feel the love. Feel the love. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase We are so grateful and we're so excited that we share this space. Thank you, Trenton Shine. Thank you, my brother. I'm so glad you're here. So, thank you for coming on, everyone. I wish you a beautiful, loving, amazing week. So much power, so much discernment, so much healing, so much sunlight in your heart. Yes. Thank you, L.A.K. Bless you. Oh, thank you, thank you. I feel it. I felt that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless everyone. Johnny Neal, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sierras and Sunsets, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone else who came on board. Namaste and aho. Have a lovely week. See you again soon. Thank you, Sierras and Sons. If anybody was wondering, I'm dog sitting Mr. Loki here for about a week, so he was here today. He's a beautiful little husky Pomeranian mix. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.